All right, guys, so this is the third session of me working on the Dent, and that's how she looks right there. I'm actually gonna put a little bit more filler over it. I feel like a little low spot, but there's not really much I can do as far as getting this like perfectly corrected without having to block sand this whole surface to get it flat. So if I'm trying to minimize the dent, there might be a low spot still coming out here, and I'm not sanding this, I'm only sanding this. So it's not gonna be perfect, but this is the perfect type of repair, is if you know, it's somewhere really not noticeable and it's very small and you really don't want to get into body work and paint on a kind of a clean car. But obviously if it's something on the quarter panel or the door or the fender somewhere right here, you definitely want to take it in for body and paint. Or if you know body and paint, do the body and paint 100% and not half decent. And it rained last night, so yeah, and it's cold right now, so that's why I'm really not going to be doing paint. I'm just going to put a little filler, block sand, and then I'm going to get this in primer, and then the next one you're going to see, it's going to be paint time. But yeah, so let me get the supplies and get this ready for some primer. All right, guys, so that's the spot right there. I'm going to mix it up a little bit hot just because it's a little bit cooler and I want it to harden faster. And yeah, if it's a hot day, obviously you can put like a pea-size you know, thing of the hardener and then to like this size and just let it chill. But yeah, so let me mix this up. I have this right here, Harbor Freight Special. I put that tape right there so I could easily rip off the tape and reuse it after, instead of having the filler stick onto this. So yeah. All right, just like that. I'm gonna let that chill, and then I'm gonna go for a quick little block sand, and that's gonna be it. And then with that piece right there, like that. My bad, my filthy finger end there is my edge, nice and clean, ready to go, to be used again. And also I want to show you guys right there, it says Z Grip Glaze. It's a 2-part flowable polyester finishing putty, ideally suited for filling and skim coating bodywork, pinholes, grind marks, low spots, and other surface imperfections. Can also be used to fill minor body damage up to 1/8 inch, 3 millimeters in depth. So even though that was more like a 4 or 5, maybe a 4 millimeter, this can actually be used to fill in dents. It's not only for pinholes and grind marks, like deep gouges in metal where you're trying to put paint. You can use this for dents, but it's got to be very, very shallow dents. You can't, like, you know, you got to be able to push it out, hammer, dolly, and then you could, once you get it to like 90%, you could add this to fill in dents. But usually you just want an actual body filler to fill in dents. But if it's not as deep, this is fine. All right, guys, so I'm just gonna sand this real quick. I have some sandpaper right here, a little mini block that I'm using. And when it's done, I'm gonna show you how it looks like and then apply some paint. All right, guys, so that's it right there. Burned through a little bit more right there, but that's just because I'm doing it with 180. But all that is getting paint anyways. All right, so I'm gonna take out this little filler right here, and then I'm gonna get this ready for a primer. All right, so there we go right there. Exactly how she looks. It's looking pretty flat, but yeah, you could see where the deep spots right there. And yeah, macro, it looks pretty dang bad, but once you get out of it like that, that's basically what the eye sees right there. It's not too bad. So next I'm gonna mask up everything. Well, I'm gonna wait till everything dries, and I gotta wait probably about 15-20 minutes because it's cool outside, and then gonna mask up this whole section, and then put some primer on it for a warmer day to paint, just like that. And then I'm only getting the filler, the primer that I burned through to the original primer. I'm not gonna be primering that because you don't have to primer. So I'm just primering over body filler. So yeah. All right, guys. So just like that. Let me see. There we go. This stuff has a very, very wide fan spray, so I'm gonna try and go as close as possible. All I want to do is just get a little primer on, and then I'm just gonna go with the light sanding when I'm ready to paint. And yeah, so I'm not trying to go too fancy. All right, gonna let that dry, and then gonna go for another coat, and then a third coat, and that's it. And then you can see right here, you can see the sand scratches right there, and that's exactly what I'm trying to fill in, because if you paint over that, you will see those scratches, especially in a metallic paint. Whenever there's scratches like that, the metallic will sink into those little scratches, and it'll stick out like a sore thumb. So you want to fill those in with primer, sand it smooth, and then you'll get a nice flat finish with no sand scratches. So yeah, so let me let this flash off. I think it says flash time 5 to 10 minutes, and then it says sanding, it's 400 grit. So yeah, so I'm gonna wait about 10 minutes. All right, so that was the second coat, and as you can tell, it's getting nice and filled, filling in those scratches. So that was another medium coat, and then I'm gonna go for a third medium coat. All right, so I'm going for the third coat, and yeah, that is completely dull. And you can see it right there. It shrunk back. So now I'm gonna go for the third coat, and that'll be it. There, that's it right there. So now I'm gonna wait 5 minutes, rip everything off, and yeah, done. Alright guys, so there you have it. It just needs about 5 minutes of prepping and then a little paint. But yeah, I am done for today. So if you want to see more, like, subscribe, and comment, splash the like, and let's get this thing painted.